So he has cracked 7 super dream offers in Microsoft, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, PayPal, D-Shaw, Udaan and Natwest Group.
ये एक जन्म के हैं.
Hi everyone, this is Arsh Goyal. I'm back again with yet another amazing video. तो आज की वीडियो में I have with me a very special person. He is Siddharth Roy from VIT Chennai campus, and he has got 7 amazing offers in 7 different companies. All these companies are super dream companies with packages ranging from 25 lakhs to 40 lakhs to 45 lakhs and so on. So he has already cleared the online assessment of these 7 companies as well as the interviews of all these companies. So definitely this video is going to be very useful for you because we have discussed about what are the things that you should keep in mind while attempting an online assessment and how to prepare for that. What all other things are necessary for grabbing a good placement, how to prepare for those interview rounds, and each and everything we have discussed, which all resources he followed. So each and everything we have discussed in this video, don't forget to check out this video till the end. You are going to get a lot of things that you might be missing on. Don't forget to press the like button and share with your friends, and do subscribe this channel for amazing content coming ahead. Hey everyone, there is a small message for you all from Coding Invaders. As you all know that data is the new oil because most of the companies are using data to work with their customers, and due to pandemic all the businesses were left online, so data plays a very important part. The businesses are generating data from very small shops to restaurants to very million-dollar apps. All are generating data, and this data is being used by data analysts to perform intelligent calculations and get the business over. So let me tell you some of the figures that will blow your mind. So in India, there are more than 60,000 job roles open for data analysts. And in the US, there are more than 1.5 lakhs job roles opened up for data analysts. And the migration prospects are also amazing because you just need a Wi-Fi and a laptop. So let me just give an overview of the average salaries of a data analyst. In India, the average salary of a data analyst is close to 6.5 lakhs per annum, whereas in the US, it's close to $70,000. And for experienced data analyst, it's close to 8,50,000. You can imagine currently there are more than 1 lakhs data analyst jobs open in India and more than 10 lakhs jobs worldwide. Coding Invaders is a job-oriented platform with practice for special simulators and powerful support. 1,000 plus assignments, 20 plus capstone projects, and various case studies from companies like Amazon, Microsoft, ZTV. They'll teach you some of the important skills like SQL, Python, business intelligence problems, along with basic mathematical statistics that are required for a data analyst job. It's an 8-month long program which can help you with job interviews as well as CV upgrades. And while studying, you will have more than 10 live projects working in data analysis. Feel that you want to start your career as a data analyst? Don't forget to check out the link in the description below with a 40% discount on their website. Go ahead and check out now. Let's move on to the video. Hey everyone, today I have with me Siddharth Roy from VIT Chennai campus, and he has done an amazing feat. He has got 7 amazing opportunities, 7 amazing offers from grand companies. You name these companies, like these are Microsoft, PayPal, Morgan Stanley, Udaan.com, JP Morgan and Chase, DE Shaw and Group, and Natwest.com. So these are the amazing companies that he has grabbed an offer from. In this video, we're going to discuss with him regarding his preparation journey, his resources, how he was able to clear the online assessments of these many companies, and a lot more. So this session is going to be really very exciting, and I hope you will get something great from this particular session. So starting the session with a brief introduction of Siddharth.
Hi everyone, I am Siddharth Roy, a final year student at VIT Chennai. Firstly, thanks Arsh for inviting me. Your videos help a lot of students and it's a huge pleasure to be a part in them. Secondly, I have done a lot of hackathons, projects, internships in the past. But one thing I'll say is I also was academically balanced. I had a good academics along with a good, so I'll say theory and practical side both were balanced. So in my introduction, I'll just say recommend everyone actually to do that, to balance both your academic life and theoretical life. And secondly, I'm from Kolkata. I love to play football, watch video games, streamings, music songs, music series, everything, TV series. So I love doing that a lot. So it's not that you need to spend a lot of time in front of your laptop coding and doing anything. You can enjoy your life and do that. So everything you can balance up. So that's it.
So, as you mentioned, that balance is very important, and people find it really very tough to manage things, manage their time with their personal life, with their professional life, with their college studies, CGPA. Like, there's a hell lot of questions, and we're going to discuss
Yeah.
about all of these in today's session. Talking about your college life. So, you're from VIT Chennai. So, how vibrant was the college life? You stayed in college for maybe around one and a half years, right? More than 1.5 years,
I
close to
think
2.
2 years. I had to
Yeah.
come back. Right?
So, how was the college life during those 2 years, and how you started up with doing different things on campus?
So, like when you first come on campus, like first time coming from away from your parents. So, like first year, I didn't do much. I just spent a lot of time with my friends. Like, I did not was involved in coding, programming, or projects or anything. I was just study based on academics and everything. And I got my lowest GPAs in those sem as well. The 4 sems I focused on academics. I got my lowest GPA, but from second year I got involved in coding. Like I was working on a project given to me by one of my faculties. So in our college we have a programming portal, vPropel. So I was a part of the team that was enhancing that portal. So that was, I'll say, a huge step for my career. It got me a lot of interest in projects or developing things. So that was a huge, like in my first year I wasn't much into projects. I had one DBMS project that I did, and I still have the code. It's atrocious, I'll just say that. So in my second year I got into a lot of things because of what opportunity I was given, and that helped me a lot to grow. And in third and fourth year I had to come back home and work from home, or I'll say just classes in my home. So it took a lot of joy away, but again you get to learn a lot in this environment as well. You have your laptop in front of you, can do anything you want. You could do both of them simultaneously. So
Yeah.
I love boarding college life, I'll say.
No issues. So, like, coming to your offers, like the day you got to know that you have been selected by 7 amazing companies, right? So, and these 7 companies are, like, I would say, super dream companies in any college. So, what was the feeling, like what you did, how the day went, and all? Would like to know more about that feeling.
like my dream was Microsoft initially. So like the first company, when it came Microsoft, my name was there. I was like, I do not need to see the further presentation or anything. I just stopped. I was enjoying with my parents. And after that I missed one or two companies. I initially thought I had four offers, and then I saw the list finally. I said, no, I actually have 7 offers now. So and it was like a huge day for me, I'll say. To like, I had a dream when I was in second year to join Microsoft. I had a senior who was working at Microsoft at that time, and I interacted with him a lot. So that was a dream, and to see that dream come true, like the preparation, the 4 5 months behind that, to see it finally succeeding. So it was a huge day.
Great. Definitely, it would have been a great feeling. Messages of congratulations coming, and you're just replying.
That was a huge part.
That feeling
Congratulations.
is quite overwhelming. Great. Now, I know that all the 7 companies are great. They have their great recruitment process. Like, it's very challenging. So, which out of these 7 companies you felt the process was most challenging, and the type of questions that were asked were a bit challenging as compared to others?
For that, I'll say D Shaw, mainly because the role was actually for quality and testing and not SDE. So for quality and testing, I believe there's a different preparation required. Like I never prepared for that specifically. So that was a little bit difficult for me because the questions were not what I would expect. And a lot of networking questions, DBMS questions. Like I was very bad at SQLs. Every interview I can write the logic, but the syntax will entirely be wrong. So they had a lot of DBMS SQL related questions. So that was the most difficult interview, I would say. And there were some questions that were very tricky for me to answer.
Okay. So you mentioned the Shaw QA profile, right? Quality and testing profile.
Yeah.
Okay. And the most important thing in a recruitment process nowadays, whether we talk about an on-campus process or an off-campus process, it's the online assessment round. So the online assessment round, like you cleared the online assessment of these 7 companies. So clearing those online tests and after getting an interview call, so that thing is something most important. So what strategies you followed for clearing those online tests, or how you particularly prepared for, like, so that you can solve those 2-3 questions in 1.5 hour. So what was your particular strategy for online assessments?
So like the first thing is practice. There's no shortcut. You have to practice a lot for that. But one thing other than that I'll say is, like, I talk to a lot of people and they say that they have done some 800, 900,000 not 2000, 1500 problems on lead code, but they are still not able to complete it on time. And when I say that, can you do it afterwards, they can say yes, easily. So the main thing I believe they suffer is they cannot think in that 1.5 hour time constraint. Plus the timer ticking down, when you see that 30 minutes, you have 2 questions, you start to panic. So that thing that will improve with attitude, like you have to give a lot of competitions. Like lead code has weekly, bi-weekly competitions. So I used to give them a lot. And initially I used to just solve one problem per contest. But after that I could solve 2, 3, 4 problems. And also I used to practice a lot on binarysearch.com. Many people have not heard about it, but what you can do essentially there is create a contest and give as many as you want. Like lead code, you can give contest every week, but bi-weekly binary search, you could give it every day, anytime, like 5-6 a day. So that improves your speed and accuracy, and also your debugging skills. Like if I have a program, 4 programs to do in suppose 1.5 hours, I need to debug very quickly. And also another thing is you learn certain things. Like if I cannot do this, I'll leave it, because it's better. Like if I'm stuck in the first question for 1 hour, but I could do the rest 3 in suppose the 1.5 hours, it's better to do the other 3 than waste your time on the first. So you learn a lot while giving contests. So that was, I'll say, other than practice, giving a lot of contests on lead code or simulating one in binarysearch.com helped a lot. That was my preparation strategy.
Majorly we should focus upon giving these contests that can help us
Yes.
have that environment of 1.5 hour or 2 hours, and while solving those questions, we get to know the strategies and all. Great.
Yes.
So out of the companies, let's talk about some of the companies. Like I would like to have a contrast between a startup and an MNC. Like although the processes have been really challenging for both of them, the compensation they're offering is equivalently good. But just wanting to know, ki, there's a confusion in the mind of people. Ki, is the process for a startup similar to that of any other product based or a multinational company like Microsoft? So let's just contrast the process of Microsoft with Udaan.com. So like how was the process of Udaan.com, and like which all number of rounds and how many rounds were there for Udaan?
So for Udaan, I believe I had 4 rounds. First of them was an online assessment. Second was an API based round, and third, fourth were technical interviews. So normally in online, for Udaan, the online assessment was actually a bit different. It was trying to make a project type. It was some calendar application, like book, schedule, get the first free slot, something like that. So not something that you will do in lead code or anything, but it's you have to apply some concepts, oops, to help you. So, and there was not, like, the test cases were not that great, so you could easily just, there was no time constraint. Even if you brute force some things, that it was very easy to do. And they were not CP or lead code based, something that you will expect, not some 2-sum or 3-sum questions that you will find on lead code or some CP question. It was different, and they have a very different process, I'll say, when you face these questions. Coming to the second round, it was an API based round. You have to develop some API, not fully, like, you can just not have a database or anything, but it's mostly they're looking for a clean functioning code.
Okay.
The third and fourth, so I never had a DSA based round or any round where they will ask me questions. It was an open-ended discussion in both of those rounds. So they believe that it's more for the product management role. They believe those questions are more specific for that, but they still ask it for an SDE as well. So it was mostly an open-ended question. The question was how to retain users on an application. So something like that, and something that you will not expect in established corporation.
Got it.
That's a different type.
Yeah, so like as far as I have seen, like for most of the companies, like these startups, so they send an assessment or an assignment type of thing, so you'll have to complete that assignment in some 1 or 2 days, or maybe they will give a time of 24 hours or 48 hours, and after that the assessment is conducted, like for most of the companies of on which I have heard or I have talked to people. And the interview process is mostly based upon development or open-ended questions, as you mentioned. But if we contrast it with the process of Microsoft, so what are the number of rounds in Microsoft, and how was the entire recruitment process?
So Microsoft's online assessment is conducted on Codility, and it was a huge surprise. Like I gave the demo test, and I recommend everyone give the demo test if possible. In Codility, you cannot submit your code again and again. Like we have submit your code or not all test cases did not pass, I'll change it again. That does not happen. You can submit once, you won't see your score, and you cannot change your code again. So I'll recommend everyone to actually give the demo test. So in Microsoft, the online assessment was like, I'll say pretty straightforward, like the questions you will expect in any online assessment of any company. So they were normal, some were difficult, and there was the time constraints, and plus you actually did not get to run your code again and again. So if there's error, then you will never know it. So that was the first round. I just had 2 technical rounds, like 1 technical and 1 with the manager. Many people had 3 rounds or 4 rounds. I just had 2. So my first round, again, it was fully based on DSA, OOPS, CS fundamentals, and a little bit about my projects, and Git. The Git part I absolutely got hammered on. That's different. And the second round was fully based on my internships. It was like a whole 1-hour discussion based on my internships. Nothing else, like what did I do, where could I have improved, and everything. If I look at these both companies and all the companies that I've given, I realize once is like you cannot be fully prepared for anything. You just will get new questions. Like I practiced a lot on lead code, but I think I gave 15 or 16 total interviews. There was just 1 round where I faced familiar questions. Like every other round, I had new questions to solve. Like if you think if you're doing some lead code and you'll get the same questions there, that's not possible. So you will have to actually learn the entire concept and everything. And also you have to be prepared for any type of questions. Like when I gave Udaan, I never expected I have to answer questions relating to product management, but still you will have to be prepared.
Right. So like that was it about most of the processes. We'll not go in depth of all the companies, but majorly like we'll come on to your preparation strategy and the resources you followed for your preparation. So if you'd like to mention about some of the resources, maybe for DSA, for OOPS, for system design, or for any of the subjects, CS fundamentals.
So I'll start firstly I'll just say I'm not a huge into CP or anything. Like I did a little bit, I tried it out, I did not like it, and I
watching this video till now, don't forget to press the like button.
Stop in few months. And like in my first 3 years at college, I never focused on CP or DSA or anything. I was more into development, the development stream. But in February this year, I decided that after one of my hackathons got over, I decided that instead of developing or doing any new projects, I'll focus on placements. So I started preparing for placements for 6 months, and I believe it's actually not required. Like I believe 2-3 months are more than enough to prepare for your placements. Coming to my preparation, I mostly used lead code for practicing. Like the questions there are actually good, and the discussion and the solution tabs are very helpful. So like even if you do something there, try going on the discussion or the solution and see what other people have done. Like I still remember when I look at my code 5-6 months back, I see a 100-line code, and if I do that problem again today, I see a 30-line code. So that's a huge. And even in online assessment, like from 100 to 30, it's not only easier to debug, but it becomes quicker and it's better as well. So you learn a lot like that. And I used to also give competitions. I used to try to give code shift competitions, but I never actually could do I was a part who could do it in the 10-day competition that we have, but not in the 2.5 hour, 3 hours. And I believe that's totally fine. Like I can do it in a lead code contest. I could do 4 problems in 1.5 hours. But when it comes to competitive programming, I've not been able to do that in 3 hours. I struggle a lot. So I'm trying to say is like you do not need to actually do a CP a lot. DSA, lead code, all of these are just more than enough to crack any proper company that you want.
Yeah.
Coming to like CS fundamentals, OOPS, DBMS, I mostly refer to Geeks for Geeks or any articles that I found. I never have any focused thing that I followed. It was mostly just Googling stuff that I wanted to learn about. Like I had outlines what I wanted to study. Like suppose if I'm saying in DBMS, I want to study transactions, something like that. So I used to go transactions and read a lot about it, try to make some notes and everything. So making a notes is also important. Like you tend to forget stuff sometimes, so it's very easier to recap everything that you want, like any links that you think is very useful. So I used to maintain a PDF that I use, so I used to always read whatever I wanted. Like if I believe I'm not weak, I'm not strong at this, or my previous interview I did not answer this well, so I used to go read about it. So that's mostly about the CS fundamentals and the DSA part. System design, I never prepared it separately because since in 3 years I was a lot into development, hackathons, projects, you tend to get a hang of how to design your system and everything. So that I did not specifically prepare for anything. But if I have to recommend, I know a lot of my friends, they use the Gaurav Sense video. So I'll recommend that one only.
Great. So I hope this was quite insightful. Coming upon to our concluding part, so what final piece of advice you would like to give to somebody who is facing rejections and is not able to cope up with the things right now? Because the situation is that most of the campuses are having their placement seasons going on, and students are a bit demotivated. Like I do get a lot of messages like I'm not able to clear online assessment, I'm not able to, like I clear the online assessments, I'm not able to clear the interviews. So like what final piece of advice you would like to give to them?
Like one thing I'll say is, like, even I got rejected by Microsoft last year. I got rejected by DShaw. Like Microsoft, I could not even clear the online assessment, and so like fast forward 1 year, I got so many offers. So like I'll just say life is very short to actually focus. Like if I did not get this opportunity, it's done. There'll be a lot more opportunities that you will get in the future. So I'll just say don't worry a lot. Like everything will be fine one day. Like you will get the job you want and everything. So like do not, like I've seen a lot of my friends, like college placement session is still going on. I see a lot of my friends demotivated or everything. I'll just say that, like, don't be demotivated. Like this is just your start of your life. Like everything will be uphill from now. So that's the thing, they get demotivated. Like even I receive messages a lot that I did not clear this or that. So I just say don't get demotivated, try again for the next one.
Great. So I hope this will be followed by most of the people, and this session would be a great insight to those who are looking forward to prepare for such interviews. Thank you so much, Siddharth, once again for being a part of this show and giving me time. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
I hope this insightful journey of Siddharth gave you a lot of good insights into how to prepare for these companies, how to prepare for online assessment. For more such amazing content, don't forget to press the subscribe button and share it to the friends. Do like this video for more such amazing content and also share it with your friends. यार उनकी भी help होगी. All the best. See you. Goodbye.